So, first, apologies. I will be getting back to a lot of Buffy content, so just please be patient. And I want to be welcome to both new and old fans, so I will be doing major spoilers for seasons 1 to 5, but I will try to minimize the spoilers from seasons 1 to 6. So I want to not really appeal to season 7, though I may touch upon season 7. So, what is the dilemma? Well, we know Spike, the character, and if you're a big fan, a defining feature of Spike is he's insanely selfish. You can like that selfishness, you can find it very attractive or find it very repugnant because he does a lot of ugly things, but one key feature is he's a very selfish bastard. That is just a defining feature of the character. Even when he gets a soul, he's still very, very selfish. But then we see him help Tara with the episode Family in season 5. That creates a puzzle. And I think people will like the two reasons I'm going to give, but not the third reason. So let's get to work. So, reason 1, we all know. It's not very controversial. He wants Buffy. He has a sexual desire or a lust for the Slayer. Tara is a friend. He's going to help Tara. That's going to impress Buffy. And that's going to help him, quote, have Buffy fall in love with him, or that they will have sex together. It's part of that project to make Buffy, quote, interested in him sexually, romantically. That's true as far as it goes. However, the obvious problem there is, well, yeah, Tara and Buffy are friends, but they're not close friends. In fact, the episode emphasizes they're not really close at all. They barely know one another. Primarily, Buffy cares about Tara through Willow. That's her main interest. It's Willow. And you might stretch it that, well, maybe Spike does not desire Willow sexually, but she is a powerful witch, and he wants things. He wants money, he wants favors, he wants power. So maybe Willow can help him there, so he will help Tara to basically score points with Willow. It's a little dicey, so we need a little bit more. And reason 2, I think, helps a lot, which is the trickster explanation. So who or what is a trickster? Well, the trickster is a figure in mythologies, not just in America, but worldwide. We look at Loki, we also look at the Joker with the Batman mythology, or with Native Americans, the wolf. The trickster figure is basically a mythological being that is liminal. The being is not in one space or another space. They go back and forth in this in-between space. They're neither all good nor all evil. They're usually very destructive, they're very dangerous, they're very violent, but they're also very honorable. They do follow a kind of code, but they're extremely chaotic. So a trickster can be all over the place. They can do a lot of good, they can do a lot of evil. They're just very, very chaotic beings. That's not to say that there is no order or structure. You can have a pattern with a trickster, but the pattern has to allow a certain amount of chaos. Otherwise, it's not a trickster figure. That's a big issue I have with the Dark Knight, that I don't think the Joker is chaotic enough. So I think he's kind of a defective example of the trickster. But I'm not going to get into the Dark Knight because that's going to be a different polemical essay. And again, this seems to fit the trickster formula. Spike wants to basically foil the plan of the parents, because the parents want to fool Tara. They're trying to gaslight her. So he wants to foil the plan and add to the chaos of the proceedings. And that's true as far as we go. I mean, you want a little bit more, but that's true. But I think the third explanation is really what's going to make everything cohere. People may not like my third explanation, but I think that's what's key, which is the cosmological explanation, namely the god or the gods that control the Buffyverse. I'm not saying God made Spike act altruistically in this particular example. That would be pretty stupid and silly. But I am saying the gods have changed the rules of the Buffyverse to allow Spike to have that kind of behavior, because Spike from season 2 would not do this. That is very clear. Spike from season 2 would never ever care about Tara. But Spike in season 5 does. And we really can't appeal to the, quote, the real history of the character. There's nothing in that character that would do that, even in the retconned history. So something has happened to the demons as well as the humans from seasons 2 to 3. I'd say that's the Markov. After season 2, the rules are just not the same. Like, the way the Buffyverse operates has been altered, and it's been altered very radically. And we know this for a fact because in season 5 we have Dawn. So we have this being filled with this cosmic energy and can apparently destroy everything. And how did this happen? Why did this happen? Where did it happen? Don't really know. Clearly this is beyond the power of the monks. It is just willed that this is possible. We do know cosmic beings can just allow these things. They can allow these characters or these constructs or these inventions to occur even if they endanger the whole universe, and that is allowed. But with Dawn, it's a little problematic because we know that perceptions were changed, and eventually people find out. They know that they've been kind of under a spell. That's not the case with Spike. The memories with Spike are fairly stable. We have the same Spike from seasons 1 to season 7. However, his behavior has been radically altered. Why or how? Given the original understanding of demons, demons are just destructive. They only want blood. They might be destructive only at the local level, like Spike, or globally they want to destroy things like Angelus or Angelus. However, that's not sufficient to explain season 5 Spike. So we need a little bit more. So I would assume the god or gods of the Buffyverse, for whatever reason, decided to, quote, give more choices to demons. Because Spike could still be a trickster. He was a trickster in season 2, but he wasn't filled with altruism. He didn't really do much altruism beyond Drusilla. That was the only place he was genuinely altruistic, is with Drusilla. But he wouldn't care about other people or other beings, even demons. He doesn't care about Angelus or Angelus. He betrays him. So we need a little bit more. So I think the cosmological explanation really provides coherence for what happens in that episode in season 5. It is a little wonky, I grant. It is a little problematic, but I think that's the only way we can really explain why he did what he did. He could have still gotten what he wanted from Buffy without doing that. He could have still been chaotic without doing that, but he was helping Tara. He was literally helping Tara. That is very hard to explain. But it's not hard to explain if we pull all the reasons together. Yes, of course. He wants Buffy. He desires Buffy. Yes, he's very chaotic. He's a trickster figure. But I think the third reason is also very valid. For whatever reason, the gods or gods want things to happen a certain way, and they're allowing bigger range of behaviors for Buffy and Spike and other characters, whereas before their behavior was just much more restricted. But for whatever reason, the godlike characters that exist in the Buffyverse, I'm not talking about glory, I'm talking about something that could create glory, they have changed the rules, and this is a consequence of them changing the rules. Or that is what I would say as a theory to explain what happened with that particular episode in season 5.